Scott Bywater here, and today what I want to talk about is perhaps one of the simplest ways to grow your business. And the reason why this strategy and this approach is so simple is because it focuses on, number one, it's focusing on your existing customers, and existing customers, as we all know, are a lot easier to sell to. But number two, it requires, it doesn't require a letter, it doesn't require anything else. All it requires is a simple phone call and 2 words. So it's a very, very easy strategy to use and to implement. And I guess one of the reasons why this strategy is so powerful is because of the word neglect. Now, neglect is actually the number one reason why people leave why people leave a particular business. And if you take a moment now and put yourself in the customer's shoes and think about why you have left particular businesses in the past, I think you'll find that a lot of it comes down to the fact that you weren't appreciated. So just make a list now of 2 or 3 businesses that you've stopped patronising in the past just because you didn't feel appreciated, or maybe just make the list of businesses that you stopped patronising for whatever, and then go down the list and say why you stopped patronising them. So it could have been any of a number of reasons, but just notice how many of them are because you didn't feel appreciated. And if I look at mine, I would say I've got a list of 3 businesses here, and ranging from restaurants to service providers. And 2 out of 3 of them were definitely that I didn't feel appreciated. One of the other one was, quality, but it was also that I didn't feel appreciated as a customer or anything. So if you can appreciate your customers and show this appreciation, it can make a big difference, almost instant impact on your bottom line. So it's really important to keep this, keep this in mind as you're doing this. So, and the reason I like to put you in the shoes of the customer is that by doing so, you really get this on an internal basis. And if you get it on an internal basis, you'll be able to implement the strategy so much more effectively. Now, I first heard of this strategy at a Jay Abraham seminar. It was several years ago now in Sydney, Australia, and he was talking about this approach, and he said he did it with a number of companies, and on average they boosted their business. I believe the number which stuck in my head was about 18%. Just via this one simple strategy. So there's a lot of potential impact here, and there's, I guess, the reason why, let's not leave you in suspense any longer. I'll share what the strategy is so you can see the simplicity of it. This strategy is simply, all it involves is calling up your customers and using these 2 words, and the 2 words are how's things. So it's just calling them up and saying, hey, how are things? And and letting the conversation evolve from there. Now, this does a few things. Number one, it kicks in. What happens when you do this is it kicks in something known as the friendship trigger. Because think about it, if a friend called you up just out of the blue and said, hey, how are things? I just want to check in. How do you feel about that? You feel like, hey, that person really cares about me, and they're considering me, and they're thinking about me, and you feel quite appreciated towards that. You feel quite appreciative towards that friend. So the friendship trigger is very, very powerful in the, you know, in business as well.
To help you get more customers, I'm giving away a free gift to everyone who watches this video. It's a brand new guide called 7 Ways to Get More Traffic and Customers, which includes a swag of cheat sheets for getting results fast. Download it for free by clicking the link in the description below this video or visiting moretrafficandcustomers.com.